Things like food, human connection, touches on the core of what we love.
And if you're going on a tour like this, so of course you're going to like talking to new people, seeing what they enjoy eating, see where they're coming from. Food is always a nice starting point.
This dining adventure has been described by Forbes as the Ritz-Carlton of food tours, while Thrillist named it one of America's best culinary experiences. They've been featured everywhere from the New York Times to USA Today, which naturally made me wonder, what exactly goes into running something with a reputation like that? Today, I've been given behind-the-scenes access to one of America's most talked about culinary tours to see what most people don't. We'll be meeting the people behind it, eating our way through the experience ourselves, and finding out whether all that acclaim is actually deserved. Our evening starts here in downtown Las Vegas, an underrated part of the city that's quietly become home to some of its best restaurants. The first stop tonight is Carson Kitchen, where we'll be meeting our guide, joining the rest of the group, and hopefully catching up with the company's president later on. At this point, there's a real sense of anticipation. We've heard all the accolades. Now it's time to see what this actually looks like in practice. Waiting for us at the meeting point was our tour guide, Kristen, greeting everyone with a big smile. It was an early reminder that in hospitality, first impressions matter, and tonight she'd be setting the tone for everything that followed.
And what the Downtown Project was, it was the ability to be anyone. You could be a chef, you could be an entrepreneur, and as long as you had a passion for growing downtown, the Downtown Project would fund you the money and you would pay them back at a 0% interest rate. So that's really when you started to see this community grow. And we are going to take you to the very best restaurants here downtown. You'll receive their signature dishes, and we're going to get it started right now. So we'll go inside Carson Kitchen.
Watching the kitchen in action, you start to understand just how much coordination is needed to make everything feel effortless out front. The food so far has been incredibly refined without ever feeling overcomplicated. We got a chance to speak to social media manager Dylan. At first, he seemed a little hesitant to be in front of the camera, but after a few minutes, he settled in. And what jumped out at me was how excited he was to talk about the guides. Not the marketing, not the numbers, not the business side of things, but the people. So part of the Lip Smacking Foodie Tour, I want to know what your role is for them.
So I'm their social media manager for @Lip Smacking Foodie on Instagram and TikTok.
So you get to go on the tours though yourself?
Sometimes.
And experience like the tour guides, the food, the different restaurants.
Yes, yeah. I try and do at least 1 to 2 tours a day. And it's cool, it's a great way to meet new people.
Kristen, what's she like?
Kristen is the same way.
Yeah?
Super bubbly, super personable, very down to earth.
Yeah.
Also amazing.
I feel like those are the qualities you have to have being a tour guide.
Yeah, very personable, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're kind of setting the tone, you know? And if your tour guide is awkward, then the whole tour is gonna be awkward and then no one's really kind of having fun.
Yeah.
You kind of want someone to like set the tone, set the energy.
The more he talked, the clearer it became that the tour guide's personalities are what keep guests coming back. Watching the group now, you can see people settling into it. Their expectations are slowly turning into genuine enjoyment. Every stop feels intentionally different, almost like each one has been chosen to reset your expectations.
I've noticed like the way the tours progress is the first people sit down and they'll sit with their family or their group or their partner and they kind of stay to themselves. And then the second restaurant, you kind of switch it up. You see them like they split, the group of 2 will split and then the group of 4 will be over here. And then by the third restaurant, everybody's showing pictures of their kids, their dogs, they're talking about their plans. If you want something with warm hospitality that's nice and inviting, a little bit lively, a little bit hip, Eureka's definitely the place to be.
In a wedding, you have like your family, their family, friends. They might not know each other.
Yeah.
So it's a really good way to like
kind of like
make
meld the
other.
in-laws together. We've definitely seen it before where we've had like larger parties that are all there for a wedding, or we've seen them after, everybody gets married at the little chapel of the West or whatever it may be. So it's really fun to see people choosing different ideas that are non-traditional.
Yeah.
And Las Vegas does things so differently versus other cities. How we treat guests, your general experience at a hotel, you know what I mean, with travel accommodations, with food, with shows. There's just so much to offer. So there's so many things, so many facets of what you can do here in Las Vegas. So
there's a lot of
it's fun.
competition. So I feel like with the restaurant scene, you have to give good service.
Yeah.
People are going to the next place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even in these short walks between stops, it's clear our guide is already thinking several steps ahead.
All right, friends, welcome to Glitter Gulch Tiki. Everything here is vibrant and colorful, down to the cocktails, which are set on fire, bubbling over with dry ice, and in fabulous little tiki mugs, individual, just like Vegas itself. So coming inside, we'll have a drink, we'll take a rest from food, and then we'll head to our last stop. All right, my friends, compliments of lip smacking. We've got a newy shot for you. Everybody wants to cheers and enjoy themselves while they're here.
What's it called?
It's called a newy.
A newy.
So this is going to be Jamaican light rum with a little bit of passion fruit, orange, and leche.
Ooh,
Cheers, thank you for
awesome.
joining us.
Thank you.
Let's do cheers.
Yeah, let's cheers. Cheers. What's striking is how naturally the guide seems to settle the group into each new environment.
So this is the park for downtown. Once again, you can see it's a playground all made of shipping containers. They have a security guard here during the day. At night, this turns into an adult playground. After 9 o'clock, there are no kids allowed. There are a couple of bars here in downtown Container Park. And then if you look at the very end, you see the lawn and the stage. There is a screen there all the time now, so they'll host movie nights and events.
So how do you think the tour is going so far?
Good. I love to see you guys all interacting and chatting and like sharing wedding videos and just
Well, there's so many different personalities.
yeah.
Do you find it like hard to gel everybody together?
I
Or
don't
does
think
it
so.
come
I think
natural
it
to
comes
you?
pretty naturally. People are naturally curious, and if you're going on a tour like this, like you're obviously invested in the food and you like trying new things.
Yeah.
And so of course you're going to like talking to new people.
Yeah.
Seeing what they enjoy eating, see where they're coming from, you know, how they heard about it, if they've been on other tours. So it's like food is always a nice starting point,
Yeah.
right? You always gather around food.
It makes people feel comfortable, let their guard down a little bit,
Yeah.
and get some chatting.
And it's like a common language almost.
Yeah.
Did you like it? Is it spicy? Do you like spice?
Yeah.
And then from there, you know, how'd you propose?
Then you get to know everybody really well at the end.
Yeah. At the end, you know, you're exchanging, you know, Instagrams or phone numbers or, hey, let's meet up. If you're leaving at night tomorrow, go on the tour with Tom, you know, have your culinary adventure. So it's fun. And we see a lot of people return to us.
Yeah.
You know, this is my third tour. It's just something so different in Las Vegas.
Earlier, the group said there was like 4 or 5 people who it was their second one, and then there was one couple who was their 4th one. And I was like, okay, obviously they're doing a good job.
I know.
Yeah.
I've had people that they'll be like, this is our 9th tour. And I'm like, thank
Great.
you so much, you guys. Like, I love it.
The longer we spoke with Kristen, the more obvious it became how much fulfillment she gets from this work. She wasn't just sharing food, she was sharing part of the city she grew up around.
Welcome, everyone. This is our final restaurant, La Thai. Tonight, you're going to get to try one of their signature dishes, the short rib fried rice. It is full of tender short rib. It is on their t-shirts, it's on their hats, it's on their billboards. So we really like to highlight this restaurant because it is a true Vegas homegrown success. How's everything tasting so far? Good? Yeah. I used
Probably
to,
a good thing you didn't start with this.
because then you'd still be here. That's why I gotta walk you, you know, give you a little chit chat, see the things going on downtown, keep you at a good clip.
Throughout the evening, Kristen shared stories about her background in high-end hospitality. And in doing so, she slowly stopped feeling like a tour guide and started feeling more like someone we'd known for much longer.
Standing back here, it becomes obvious that every plate arriving at the table is the result of a lot of unseen work.
Somewhere along the way, the anniversary couple stopped feeling like strangers, and we were talking about visiting them in Portland for a home-cooked meal. It's a reminder that some of the best parts of a tour like this are having very little to do with the food itself. As the evening came to a close, Kristen stuck around chatting with the staff and watching the rest of the hockey game. It was a small moment, but it gave the impression that these relationships extended well beyond simply doing a job. We managed to catch a brief moment with Jose and Tracy, our fellow diners on the tour, who answered some questions about their experience.
So guys, we've just spent the last 3 hours together, stuffing our bellies, drinking cocktails. I want to know what you think about the tour.
I love this tour, and I look forward to coming back to Vegas again and doing another one.
Yeah. All the food we tried today was really good.
Yes.
What was your favorite dish?
Actually, the first one, there was that spicy, I forgot what it was.
The
It was
shrimp?
a chicken
Was it
shrimp. It's a
You like the shrimp?
Yeah, the shrimp.
Yeah, yeah. I really love the deviled eggs.
She's a big devil
Yeah.
eggs person.
Okay.
With the caviar on top?
Yeah, and not so much the caviar, just the deviled egg itself was really, really
Although, you know, the rice here
Yes,
is braised.
rice.
I think that was my favorite, the short rib
like that
rice.
too.
Yeah. So Kristen, our tour guide, was fabulous. What did you guys think of her?
I really liked her, and what I love the most is she is a born and raised Vegas girl, second generation.
Yep.
And she knew so much about this area, and that's what I liked. Is she's a native.
Kristen was great, very knowledgeable, but at the same time also, even though we just met her, it was very comfortable
Yeah.
talking to her and, you know, asking her questions.
Yeah.
And that's, I
Felt
think,
like a friend.
I felt the same thing. I felt like I knew her
Yeah.
at the end.
Right.
I was like, okay, when are we going out to have
Yeah,
cocktails? How do you feel about our relationship now?
We love you guys.
Yeah, I was like,
you
yeah.
are so cute.
yeah. It was great to meet you guys, the
Well,
whole team. And
You did invite me to your mom's for an Indian
Yes,
dinner,
you
so
guys are more
I think
than-
that explains
Come to
it.
Portland and visit us.
Kara has the number. And
Yeah,
she can,
yeah.
Oh, we're friends.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Aw, we had a good time too.
Yeah, we did. We enjoyed
Thank
it.
you,
So,
guys.
no,
Well, yeah,
thank you.
we
all
really
for fun.
appreciate it. And I
Oh.
can't wait for an Indian dinner.
Well, let us know when
Yeah,
you come
she
to
got the
Portland.
number, yeah.
They need a wedding invitation.
I can do that too.
Hey, we'll come.
We can do that, yeah.
That's how good this food tour is.
That's right. There'll be a story there.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
After chatting with Jose and Tracy, we were invited to their wedding. At that point, I feel like the interview had probably been a success.
By this point, I was already keen to meet Donald Quintorsi, the president of Lip Smacking Foodie Tours, and the person behind everything we'd experienced so far. We knew he'd be joining us later in the evening. We just didn't know when he'd finally appear. And finally, at the last stop of the evening, Donald arrives. After spending the night experiencing the tour firsthand, this felt like the perfect moment to meet the person behind everything that we'd just seen. Okay, so how has Lip Smacking Foodie Tours started?
So it's been 11 years, long time, and it's grown. Super successful. It started off with one lip smacking tour on the Strip, and then it evolved to this Fremont East area. And now we have lip smacking across all of Vegas, Chinatown, Arts District, all the different resorts on the Strip.
Oh, yeah, that's what Kristen was saying. How do you find the right fit for your tour?
So I used to work in restaurants as a food server, and I used to dine out at all the different restaurants on my days off. So I keep up on all the restaurants. I like to try them. So I'm just really informed when it comes to all the great places in Vegas. So what we do is we pick out the best restaurants and then we showcase their signature dishes, like the must orders.
But are there any restaurants who you've had to kick off your tour?
There have been some restaurants that we have replaced. If something new and exciting does come along, we want to feature the latest and the greatest. So there's been situations like that, but typically we try to just create new lip smacking tours to feature different restaurants because we do have so many repeat guests. Every time they're visiting Las Vegas, they want to try a different lip smacking tour.
What are the qualities you look for when you're looking for one of your tour guides?
So we hire guides that have come from a fine dining background. So we have to have guides that know how to work with these high-end, busy restaurants. So that's a core thing that's important, as well as just genuinely good people. They really care about the guest experience. They care about, they're special people. I'm super proud of the team that we have because they're special and it's like a family.
Yeah. What's your proudest moment so far with Lip Smacking Foodie Tours?
So my proudest moment was on Mother's Day. I was in the Chicago Tribune, which is my hometown newspaper, for a story on lip smacking in Las Vegas. So it was really cool for that all to come together. My, in print newspaper, like a major newspaper, on Mother's Day to be able to show my mom. That was awesome for me.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, I love that.
How do you think your business has come to get so many accolades?
So we always strive to exceed expectations. We serve a lot of food. We take really great care of our guests. We do go to the best restaurants, and people have never experienced this before, so they don't really know what to expect. They just know that they're coming on this lip smacking tour, and when they see how much food and how great the guides are and how seamless and just perfect everything is, people are blown away.
Would you say the tour is strictly about food, or is it also about a social element to it?
Well, it's an experience, and how do we define that? It's giving a little tidbit in between the restaurants, learning about some of the art installations in the resorts or the history of the downtown area. So I like to refer to it as dinner and a show. So it checks so many different boxes. It's not just eating. It's a full, well-rounded experience.
It is.
At first, our conversation with Donald felt very business focused, but as he relaxed, it became clear just how passionate he was about the food, the guides, and the role they play in creating connections between complete strangers.
Would you say the core of the business is the food, or would you say the core of the business is the people that come on the tour or the guides? What would you say the most important aspect of an evening is?
All of those are important, and to be honest, you can have mediocre food and an amazing tour guide and still have a good time. You could have amazing food and the guide is maybe less outgoing and you'll still have a good time. To strive for amazing guide, amazing food, you're gonna have your expectations just exceeded, and that's the secret sauce. And it's wild that everybody loves it, but it hits those things like food, human connection, touches on the core of what we love.
And it's always good to get stories from everybody around the table. I feel like we've made so many relationships today and so many friends, which is really cool.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, it was lovely meeting
Thank you very
Donald,
much. Same here.
and thanks for having us today.
My pleasure, thank you.
You're welcome. Talking to Donald, it's easy to see how much thought goes into every part of this operation. There's a real understanding that maintaining a reputation like this comes down to constant involvement, choosing the right restaurants, trusting the right guides, and never becoming detached from the details. That hands-on approach seems to be a huge part of why this works. At the start of today, the question was simple. Does this business really live up to everything people say about it? And after seeing what happens behind the scenes, I think the answer is yes. Not just because the food delivers, but because of the people behind it. The tour guide shows up every day, manages the pressure, meets incredibly high expectations, and somehow makes it all feel natural. Behind that, there's a huge amount of work that goes into selecting the right restaurants and constantly narrowing things down to represent the very best. After seeing everything that happens behind the scenes, one thing has become pretty clear. Making a business this smooth takes a huge amount of work, and when that work is done well, most people will never even notice it, which is when you know you've done it right.